All right, what is up, guys? So today I'm back at my parents' house. As you can see, I have the Z behind me. Um, but I got a new project that I'm going to show you guys. Um, and basically, this is going to be for another video. I might do a little walk around real quick. But as you can see, I don't know if you guys can see it over here, but I did get another Ducati. Um, so I'll do a quick walk around about that. The Z will be another video. The Ducati, kind of in a rush. We got some things that we're going to do today, which is going to be paint. And we're going to actually um, try and get this thing running in about a week and a half, 2 weeks. It needs some work. It needs a fuel pump. We need to reflash the ECU to get rid of the immobilizer. And we need to do paint just because it was in an accident, or not in an accident, but it definitely was dropped and the paint was super bad. But let me show you guys this real quick. But basically, you guys have not seen the Z in such a long time. And it's come a long way. It's still in the works right now, but it's got a lot of things on it. And this will be another full in-depth video later on. But quick little run around, rebuilt motor. So it's got new pistons, same rod, same crank. It's got big cams, big injectors. It's got 1000 cc's. It's got a gutted intake. And then I had them swap it around so that we could run a V-mount intercooler. So I had this all fabbed up, and they actually flipped the way that the radiator goes. So if you could see down here, it's actually slanted that way. On the other ones, it was on a stock version, it's slanted the opposite way. So I decided to go ahead and basically have them invert that so that it's good to go. It's a real V-mount intercooler. I got individual LS coil packs. I have a brand new ECU and wiring harness for this car, so it's running micro squirt. We got rid of the distributor, went to LS coil packs, and then if you could see down here, it's going to be hard. But right there, we have a big turbo. So T3, T4 turbo that was basically modified to run a stock turbine housing. So it's the OE T3 turbine housing that I had bored out. Other than that, it's pretty much the same. Still have the front fenders, fender flares, 50th AE doors. I did actually paint this, and this is a little sneak peek for the color that's gonna come for the actual Ducati that we're gonna paint today. And then the only other thing that I've really done is over fenders. And then I'm not sure if you guys could see here, but we did do a 240SX drivetrain swap for the rear. Oh yeah, and I have a Pi Dash now. But all this will be in another video. The video that we're actually going to be doing today is actually going to be for this guy right here. So it's a 2005 Ducati Monster 620 Black Edition. I have done a little bit of work already. So as you can see, gas tank is pretty much sanded down. And then I have the front fender over here, seats right here. But it isn't running. As you can see in here, there is a bit of rust inside of there. Let's see if I can get you guys. Rust and dirt. So we're actually going to, I know I'm doing this kind of backwards, but we're going to go ahead and paint it today. And we're going to get all the body work done, paint it, and then go ahead and take all that rust out after. I found a way to do it where I don't think it's going to harm the paint, especially once it's been cured. But yeah, it was a pretty complete bike. I got it with no keys, not knowing if it's running or anything like that. And we're going to hopefully get it running and hopefully see if it does run. But yeah, pretty complete bike. I do have the front headlight. I kind of took it for my other Monster just because it was in better condition. We need a fuel pump. We need to do paint. I got the new keys installed. And then we're going to be working underneath the gas tank to hopefully get the immobilizer disabled and kind of go from there. Hopefully we are able to get it to crank. I have the battery out of the other Monster because I did replace that one. So we're going to go ahead and kind of get that going. And hopefully we can get the immobilizer off, and hopefully we could see if it does actually kick on, and hopefully no rod knock, and I'm just hoping it does fire, to be honest. But it is pretty complete. Um, but yeah, so today we are going to do paint. I have new decals for the tank that we're going to clear over. And then from there, we're going to piece everything back together. I'm going to let it dry for about a day or two. Do the get rid of the rust inside, get the fuel pump inside, everything like that. We'll probably seal the tank just to be on the safe side. Then we'll get the fuel pump installed, and then we'll work on the immobilizer. Or we might try and do that immobilizer while everything is drying. But I'm going to set you guys up. We're going to go through the process of doing the body work. There are a few dents on here. Let me see. I think it's going to be on this side. As you can see right here, there's a dent. We got to take care of this rust down here. There are a few dents on it. I know there's one up in this corner right here. So you can see that spot right there that we're going to take care of. It is sanded with 400 already. And then I do have 600 for when we lay down base. So we're going to do base out of a can, and then we're going to clear out of a gun. So it's been a minute since I have cleared anything. This was the last thing that I actually cleared, and this is real automotive paint. This is from a Skyline R34, so it's JW0 Millennium Jade. So this will be the color of the car, or of the motorcycle, and it will be the color of this car also eventually. But I'm going to go ahead and pull you guys out. We're going to get set up, and we're going to go ahead and start doing the body work. Then we'll go into paint, and then we'll kind of go from there, okay? All right, guys. So basically, I did get the tank moved out here. I'm going to be working on the ground. I do have my stands over there for when we paint. We're going to have to figure out kind of how to do all that, and then we're going to have to move all the cars. But basically, we're going to be working on this dent. This dent right here that I was pointing out earlier. We got to take care of all these pinholes, and we also have to take care of all these rust spots, and there's also a dent right here. So we're going to take care of all that, and then basically we'll get the Bondo set up. We'll get the putty filler set up also, and we'll go ahead and get all that sanded down. I have some 80 grit to basically get it to metal, or not too metal, but scuff up the paint as much for when we lay down that Bondo. The actual Bondo, not the putty filler, and then we're going to sand that out with 220. We're going to prime over that. I'll probably actually sand it down with 400, prime over that, and then we'll go ahead and basically do a final wet sand of the whole thing. We do have these ones over here. These are just going to take some putty filler. A few little scuffs on it. Let me see if you can see. A few little scuffs. Nothing super crazy. We have this one right here that we're going to have to take care of also. But we're going to start on this. I'm going to set you guys up with a time lapse, and then we'll see the process kind of unfold real time. We'll see. I'll bring you guys along for the journey, and then we're going to prime base coat, or prime wet sand base coat, and then fully clear out of a gun once we have the decals on. So I'll set you guys up right now, and we'll get started on that. All right, guys, so as you guys can see, I did just take care of that. Let me show you guys. So all this is going to need to get filled with some putty glaze. And then over here, putty glaze also. So I did just scuff it up. This spot right here, fully sanded with 80 and then 220. Oh, I didn't even see this spot. Gonna have to take care of this spot. But if we go back to this side, so I did get these ones down to metal. So these are like paint. All these are down to metal. This one down here is down to metal. And then this is where the actual side of the big dent is at, other than this one. So we still need to actually take care of this one and this one. And right here, get rid of that rust also. So I'm going to go ahead and do that real quick. And then from there, we'll go ahead and start applying some Bondo. All right, guys. So as you can see, I did get the Bondo all on that. We're definitely gonna need a second coat. Some of them were pretty deep, but we'll go ahead and take care of that. But just to show you guys, so I got this big fat one. Don't make fun of me for my shitty application. Got better. This is all putty filler. So these ones. This is definitely Bondo. Putty filler down here. Putty filler right there. Putty filler all up here. Same with these. This is going to be Bondo, and so is this, and so is this one right here. And then this is putty filler. So putty filler for all the low spots, stuff that basically just needs to kind of be taken out of what pretty much what won't get filled by the primer. We're going to go ahead and fill with that putty filler. Same with this piece over here. So this will need some putty filler. But basically, I'm using pretty simple stuff. So I'm just using normal Bondo, 3M Bondo. And then I have a putty filler that is actually a 2-part, so it dries a lot quicker. And it should make it a lot easier to basically sand this thing down so that we could prime it, wet sand it, and then go ahead and lay base and clear. Hopefully all in one day. I know it's probably not the best idea, but that's what we're shooting for. So I'm gonna let this thing dry for a little bit longer. And then basically go ahead and sand this off, get all the high spots down, do one more coat of Bondo hopefully, and hopefully that's all we have to do. And then we'll go ahead and hopefully prime from there. So I'll keep you guys updated, keep you guys tuned in, and set you guys back up for another little time lapse of when I start sanding. All right, guys, so I did get the first Bondo sanded up. We're definitely gonna need a second coat on a few of the spots. So this spot right here, you can see definitely has a low spot. Right here, right here, right here, and right here. There is another spot that will need a little bit. This spot right here will need a tiny bit of glazing filler. And then we have this spot right here that will need a little bit of glazing filler. And then this spot will need most likely just some Bondo again. So I'm gonna go ahead and mix that back up again. Mix that up again, and then we'll go ahead, get it sanded down one more time. And then by then, I think we should be good to go ahead and spray some actual primer on it. We'll let that sit. I'll probably take a lunch in between there. I'll get it wet sanded. We'll spray some base. We'll lay the decals on, and then from there we'll go ahead and lay some clear down on this, and kind of take it from there. I think it should be pretty good. I don't know, there's a few spots on this. I'm gonna go ahead and hit that, but other than that, I'm kind of okay with how this sits right now. I'm just gonna go ahead and primer over that, but we'll go ahead, get those all laid down. One more set of Bondo, and then from there we'll sand it one more time, lay some base, lay some primer on it. So I'll set you guys back up. All right, guys, so everything's all sanded down. Actually, it's very, very smooth. We're basically going to go ahead and spray this all down now. But I got my primer. This is what we're using, 3-in-1 gray primer. from Napa. It's nothing crazy, but basically we're just going to spray this down. Hopefully it does come out good, and we'll go from there. Okay, so I've actually never used this primer. Seems like it's spraying good. We're just going to go ahead, get started. Let me actually find something to go ahead and cover this top piece real quick. So we're actually just going to shove a piece of paper up in here, paper tape. We're just going to go ahead and spray from here. So like I said, I've never actually used this. So this is going to have 2 coats so that we can go ahead and sand it all. Do a nice wet sand on this thing. Actually see a spot that I completely forgot to touch up now. But we'll go ahead and take care of all of that once we actually get this thing all primed up. Show you guys the spots right now that I missed, but we'll definitely go ahead and take care of that once we get this all sprayed down. But there's the first coat. I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing for the actual front fender guard. I'm not going to record that just because you guys basically see the process. But we'll go ahead and do both those. And then I'll come back to that. It's going to be 2 coats each, so that we can go ahead and wet sand. Alright guys, so we got the gas tank right here. I definitely have a run right here a little bit, but it's all primed. As you can see, it's all primed here. Let me turn this up a little bit. It's actually looking very, very smooth, other than just a few spots. So as you can see right here, I did not get that. I did not notice that. There's a few scratches right here. We're going to go ahead and wet sand that out. This, I don't even know what that is. But over here, all primed up also. So should be good to let this kind of just wait right now. I'm definitely gonna take a lunch. It's about 1:30 right now. Gonna take a lunch, And then I'll go ahead, get back on it, get it wet sanded, and then we'll go ahead and actually lay down some base. So base and then clear. I'm not sure if I'm gonna get through it just because, like I said, it is already 1:30. So we'll kind of see what happens, but I'm gonna let this set up, and then we'll go from there. All right, guys, so I'm back from lunch. I actually did a little bit without recording. I'm sorry, but I went ahead and actually got this all sanded down. So it's super smooth now. There's a little bit there, but for the most part, it's as smooth as you can get. It's all wiped down. It's ready for base, but it looks really, really good. So this is going to be Millennium Jade, and so will this. This is just drying right now just because I sprayed it on the outside, and it's wet on the inside, but I still need to wipe everything down. There's a little bit of dust. You guys probably can't see it, but there is dust on it. But we're all set to shoot some base. So like I said earlier, base will be shot out of a can. Let me see if I have it right here. So the base that we're going to be using is called Scratches Happen, but it's Nissan JW0. So basically, it's also infinity color. I have a brand new one, but it's going to be this color right here. So it should have all the flake. Then we'll lay the decals, and then we're actually going to clear with a gun. So the clear should be pretty good. I have the ice cream man coming down right now. But the clear should actually be pretty thick because it's the same clear that I used on the Z, and it's going to be sprayed out of a gun. But yeah, I'm going to set you guys up. We're going to spray base on this one right here, and I'll get you guys set up so you guys can see that, and then we're going to lay down the actual decals and everything like that. I got copies made slightly bigger, it seems like, but that's my mistake. So I'm still going to run with them, but we'll get those laid down also. All right, guys, so first coat is on. As you can see, there's a little bit of weird spray going on with it. Not too sure what's going on with it. It is an old can. I've had it for almost a full year now. But there definitely is some texture in it. I mean, you could see it in this area, but I'm hoping that as the layers continue, we get less and less texture. But you can kind of see what it's going to look like. Definitely a different color than stock. And it should get darker and darker. And then we'll go ahead and spray the piece out there. So we'll go ahead and spray that. But yeah, this is where we're at right now. First layer done, first coat. This next one's going to be a little bit heavier. All right, guys, so second coat is on. So you can see there definitely is some texture in it. There still needs to be some color around certain areas, but we're getting there. You can see there's still some black right there, but we're definitely getting there. Definitely need to do a little bit lighter of a coat in this area. As you can see, the metallics are kind of falling. But we're getting there. All right, guys, so we got about 3 coats on this thing. So as you can see, it's looking pretty good. I moved it out here just so that it dries a little bit quicker. It's hard to see right now, but there is not much texture. There is a lot of flake to it. It's hard to see. That didn't even make a difference. But what we're looking at right now, see, it's really hard to see, but it's looking pretty good. So basically, I'm gonna let that dry. We're gonna apply the stickers. I probably won't be able to do the clear today, which sucks. So I'll have to come back after work one of these days. Already got the clear down. We'll go ahead, basically get the clear sprayed. At least the hard work is done. And then we'll just kind of let that clear sit over 2 days. We'll go ahead and put it back on the bike. But I'm pretty happy. So we'll get the tank back on and we'll get this back on. We are gonna have to get rid of all the rust. But honestly, I'm pretty happy with what we were able to accomplish today. So today's a new day. Obviously, the last time that I was here filming, I had sprayed base and I said I was going to get these decals put on. I ended up not being able to do it. I just ran out of time. So we got the base laid. We had primed it that day, finished the body work. We laid the base. I got a little ahead of myself, and yesterday after work ended up coming over and laying the decals down and spraying the base. So unfortunately, you guys won't be able to see that. But I am going to show you guys the finished product for this. So it came out good. There definitely is a little bit of bubbles in the decals, but as you can see, the color came out super good. Couple imperfections, but it did come out honestly very, very good. Here's the front fender. So it's super glossy. There's a few spots on this one too, but if we look at it in the sun, oh, let me show you guys this in the sun. Super, super nice. So this is the new color. So it's, like I said earlier, it's Millennium Jade. Let me show you guys a little close-up of the tank. But it definitely came out pretty good. Obviously, like I said, there's a few spots here on the tank that I'm definitely not the happiest about. And I did notice up here, there's like one spot up here. There it is right there. That the color's not the best. Same with this spot right here. Not the best. Definitely something in the paint right there. But keep in mind, this was done in my garage. And definitely, not sure what that is, but this was done in my garage, so it's not going to be perfect. But as you can see, there's this one little nick right there. I don't know what it is, but it's actually raised up. But for basically where we did it, how quick we did it, and what it is, it looks beautiful. So today I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to roll out the Monster. We'll get it all outside, and we'll kind of get at least the front fender on. I don't know who's pulling up. This might be my cousin. At least the front fender on, and we'll kind of go from there. Damn, my cousin got a Porsche. I got. Alright guys, so as you can see, I did get those parts painted. I did move the bike out. I did get a little ahead of myself once again. I'm just super hyped on how it came out. But I do have the front fender on. My cousin, as you guys saw, I took a little bit of time to just kick it with him. But as you can see, it does match real well with the Brembos. So it's Millennium Jade with that gold Brembo color. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm actually just gonna set the tank up onto it and kind of get you guys a picture of what it's actually gonna look like once it's all completed and done. So I'm gonna do that right now. Obviously we still have to, let me pull this out right here. So we still have to take care of all this rust. So as you can see right there, there is still some rust. Obviously, I probably should have taken care of that beforehand, but I think the method that I'm gonna do won't damage it too bad. And then I have a new fuel pump, I have a new fuel filter, we're gonna get some new lines. And then basically the only thing left that we have to do is throw a new battery in this, which I have the one off of the 900. that I just replaced. So the other one's still good. It's from 2023. It's a little weak, but we're gonna go ahead and put that in this one to get it started, and then we have to flash the ECU. So we're gonna do all that, but this is what it's looking like right now. So not bad for kind of how much time we took on it. But I'm gonna go ahead, set you guys back up. We're gonna get a kind of time lapse of me putting this tank on. Hopefully I don't scratch it, hopefully nothing happens, but just to show you guys kind of what it will look like once it's actually officially on and done. All right, so I'm gonna get you guys set up right now. All right, guys, so I did get the tank on. Here is how she is sitting. So let me know what you guys think. Honestly, it looks really good. The two colors with the black, the silver with the red, the green with the gold, honestly just looks really stupid good. So this is probably where I'm gonna call it for this video. I know it probably wasn't the most interesting one, but I'm telling you, I got better things to come, which are gonna be like the Z. This thing will get running, I promise you that, or at least we'll hear it rod knock, and that's to come also. But we just have a few things that we're gonna be doing, and we'll take care of those, and I'll bring you along for them. I'm sorry that I did skip a few parts on this, but I just wanted to get the clear done yesterday, and I didn't have that much time. I didn't have time to kind of set everything up to go ahead and do that, and bring you guys along. But at least you guys saw me get it all together today, and this is how she's looking. So I hope you guys do kind of like the look of this bike. I know all the purists are going to be kind of mad that I did change the color, but I think it does suit it really well. But yeah, appreciate you guys for tuning in. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this, and there will be more to come. So the Z's next. This will continue to be worked on. My Ducati 900 will continue to be worked on. Just give me some time. Obviously I have life going on. I got things going on that obviously I have to take care of, work, you know, household stuff. So we'll get through to these when we have time, and hopefully I can start uploading on a more consistent basis. But that's where I'm gonna leave it for you guys today. Next video most likely will be the actual unresting of the tank, and then from there we'll go ahead and get that ECU flashed, and hopefully we could go ahead and start it. When I do that tank, we're gonna go ahead and coat it, and then we'll go ahead and install a fuel filter, install a fuel pump, and hopefully it does prime, and hopefully we're able to start it. But for here, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Definitely like, comment, subscribe, talk shit, do what you guys need to do, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.